We are adding color to our kingly canines today. So I'm going to show you two examples. I'm going to show you a brown dog, and then I'm going to show you more of a gray dog. And you get to decide what colors you're going to pick for your dog. So two brushes. I am going to start with my bigger brush today. And I know that anytime I add color to white, it's going to make it lighter. So a brown dog is going to have different values. There might be lighter areas, and in those lighter areas, their fur might get darker. So I'm adding just a little bit of brown to that white, and it gets that color darker. So more white makes it lighter, more brown makes it lighter. So I might have this really nice peachy brown color, and then maybe his snout is darker. Maybe his snout I use more of brown. Maybe around his nose it's even darker, and I need to add a tiny little bit of black to that brown to see what happens. Black turns it really dark fast, so you just want to add a little bit at a time. Yeah, that looks cool. I definitely have some different types of brown. As you're painting today, you want to try to have 3 different kinds of brown or gray or black in your dog. So that means I am mixing all the time with that black and white, trying to get those different values. So right now in my project I can see that this side's lighter, his nose right here is a little bit in the middle, and then his snout is much darker. So those are my 3 values. Does that mean that I'm going to do this part brown, this part light brown, this part dark brown? No, that doesn't mean that at all. That means I am using these darker and lighter colors to add value to make my dog look real. So mistakes can be fixed. Look at that, I just covered up my big oops. You will have a ton of other colors at your table to use for the crown and the collar and the background. Your goal today is to make this dog look real and to cover up all the white on your paper. So here is my finished dog. You can see at least 3 different kinds of brown. You can see I painted the whole background and the jewels, collar, and crown. So if you're thinking, I don't want to use brown, I want to use more of those gray and black colors, let's take a look at this dog. So I know that black and white make gray, but I can get lots of different kinds of gray. So if you're going to use these 2 colors, tiny little bit of black to start. Do you see how fast that turned gray? So my goal with this is to also get 3 different values of gray. So if I want it darker, I'm just going to add a little bit more black at a time. And remember, you do have a smaller brush if you would prefer to use that smaller brush in these smaller shapes. So I've got a really medium gray, I've got a light gray. What would happen if his eyebrows would be even darker, almost black? That's looking pretty cool. Today, as you're washing your brushes, you can wash in the cup, or you can wipe on a paper towel or on the side of the cup to get all that water off. Oh, that got really gray. I'm going to add a bunch of white to that, lighten that up. If you have more of a white dog, a Dalmatian maybe, a Dalmatian is still not beautifully white. It's going to be a little dirty looking. So with a Dalmatian, I would start with the white, and I would add the tiniest little bit of black at a time, because even a Dalmatian's fur is going to have a little bit of a dirty color to it. So again, no matter what color you pick, you are painting this to look real, and you are painting the whole painting. Background, crown, collar, staff. When you're finished, these will go in the drying rack, and you will probably have to wash your table, wash your brushes, and Mrs. Cleary will show you what to do with those paper plates.